This is not a normal video. It is not another feel-good speech. Those speeches are forgotten instantly. You have already heard enough of them. This time is different. This is not for entertainment. Instead, this is a warning. It is a message from your future. Your future self has been screaming it for years. But you have not been listening. Just look around you. Right now, at this very second. Someone else is getting the job you wanted. They are building the business you dreamed about. They are living the life you have imagined for years. And what are you doing? You are still thinking about starting soon. But here is a truth no one says aloud. Life is not waiting for you. It does not care about your comfort. It does not care about your fears or your excuses. It will not stop moving just because you are not ready. With every day you waste, another person takes your spot. You always say one day, but one day is not on any calendar. A perfect moment is never coming. There is only now. If you keep waiting for a magical time, a time when you feel motivated and ready, you will wait for the rest of your life. This is not a video to save for later. Later is how dreams are buried alive. This is the moment you stop watching from the sidelines. This is where you start rewriting your life. If you fail to do this, you will wish you had acted 10 years from now. So here are 10 harsh truths that will change your life. These truths will either awaken you, or they will expose you as someone who will never change. The first truth could be the wake-up call you have avoided. And yes, this video will make your English stronger. It will also change your life. As you listen, you will learn powerful lessons. You will also hear clear, simple English that you will remember. Every truth you hear will push you forward. It will move you toward the life you should be living. Truth 1. It's now or never. You must stop lying to yourself. Stop saying you are waiting for the right moment. There is no right time. The universe will not send you a green light. Every second you delay is gone forever. Think about that for a moment. How many times have you said something like this? I will start when the timing gets better. I will start after the new year. I will begin when I am not so busy. Then, months passed, years went by. You never started. You believed you had more time. But you were wrong. Here is the truth. You are not out of time yet. But you are definitely running out. Imagine you are on a set of train tracks. In the distance, you can see a train. It is moving slowly. You think you still have time. So you continue to stand there. Then, in an instant, it is right in front of you. It is too late to move. That train represents your life. Every dream you hold is that train. It is getting closer whether you move or not. I am not here to make you feel comfortable. I am here to threaten the part of you that wastes days. You act as if your days are infinite. They are not. Your days are numbered. Every hour that goes by is lost forever. You must start now. Not tomorrow, and not next week. If you wait, you are killing your own future. You might be thinking, but I am not ready. Let me be perfectly clear. You will never feel ready. Readiness is a myth. Lazy people use it to justify their delay. The reality is, you get ready by starting. You build skills and courage while in motion, not while waiting. So this is your choice. Do something today that will make your future self proud. Or do nothing and let your future self hate you. When I say do something, I mean it. Pick one thing and act on it before this day ends. Send that email, sign up for that class, go to the gym. Apply for that job. Make that call. Start that habit. If you do not, then be honest with yourself. You do not actually want change, you just want comfort. And comfort is the slowest and quietest way to die. Truth 2. You must be obsessed. Listen to me carefully. If your dream does not consume you, it will fail. If you can live without it, you will. That is the simple truth. Interest is weak. Motivation will fade. Inspiration will die. Only obsession survives. A pure, unshakable obsession will get you through the tough days. It will survive when you feel like quitting. Obsession is what pushes you to show up. It works when your body is aching. It works when your mind tells you to skip it. It works when the world is laughing at you. I am not talking about wishing. I am not talking about trying. I am talking about burning the bridge to your old self. There is no safety net. There is no plan B. You must make it work, because there is no other outcome. There is a story of a warrior. He took his army across the sea. They fought an enemy 10 times their size. When his soldiers landed, they saw the enemy. They started to panic. They said, "We cannot win this. We should retreat." The warrior then gave an order. Burn the ships. His men screamed in protest. "If we burn the ships, we have no way to get home." He replied, "Exactly. Now we either win or we die right here." Do you see what that means? It means there was no escape. Every single man fought with total desperation. They knew that failure meant certain death. And they won, not because they were stronger, not because they had more skill. They won because there was no other option. That is obsession. When you burn the ships in your life, you must delete all the distractions. You must cut off the easy exits. Stop making backup plans that allow you to run away. When you do this, you fight differently, you think differently, you live differently. If you are still just trying, you have not burned the ships. If you still wait for the perfect moment, the ships are not burned. If you are still half in and half out, if your dream is just a side project, you have not burned the ships. Your dream must become the one thing you cannot live without. You must wake up thinking about it. You must go to bed planning it. Make it a deep part of your identity. Skipping it should feel like cutting off your own oxygen. When you are truly obsessed, you do not need motivation. You are motivation. People will see you and call you crazy. Good. That is proof you are on the right path. The life you want will always look crazy to others, especially to those who gave up on their own dreams. Here is my warning. If you are not obsessed, someone else is. And they will take the job you wanted. They will take the business you wanted. They will take the future you wanted. All while you keep saying, someday. So make a choice right now. Do not just try harder. Do not just get motivated. Become the kind of person who burns the ships. Become someone who never, ever looks back. Because if you can simply walk away from your dream, it was never yours in the first place. Truth 3. The power of purpose. Find your why. Listen very closely. Motivation is a spark. Purpose is the fire. Motivation might get you out of bed one time. Purpose keeps you going when your legs are shaking. It works when your mind is screaming. It works when the world is against you. If your why is weak, you will quit. If your why is strong, you will become unbreakable. You say you want a new life. Good. Then answer this question. Who are you doing this for? And what pain are you finished tolerating? I do not want a cute answer. I do not want a pretty quote. I want the real answer. The one that makes your chest feel heavy. The one that makes your eyes water. The one that hurts to say out loud. I am not here to comfort you. I am here to turn your reason into a weapon. Because life will test you harshly. Your plans will fail. Your body will get tired. People will doubt you. Money will run out. In that moment, you will either have a purpose or an excuse. There is no middle ground. Imagine a young nurse who works night shifts. She walks down long, cold hallways. She sees crying families. She comes home while the sky is still dark. There is a note on her fridge from the landlord. There is a message from the bank. There is a small pair of shoes by the door. Her little boy wakes up. He asks one simple question. Mom, are we going to be okay? That sentence becomes her why. Not likes on social media, not applause from others, not someday. Mom, are we going to be okay? Now, watch what purpose does to a person. She studies during her lunch breaks. She drinks cold coffee she never planned to drink. She turns off every distraction. She says no to weekend parties. She says yes to textbooks and training. She is not a superhuman. She is not always motivated. She is powered by purpose. When the alarm rings and she wants to cry, she pictures the tiny shoes by the door. That is her lighthouse. That is her anchor. That is her oxygen. Months later, she passes her exam. Her pay increases. Her debt starts to shrink. The landlord's tone of voice changes. She buys a used car that starts every single morning. She still feels tired. But now, she also feels proud. Because she did not push through all of that for fun. She pushed through for a reason. And every time life asks, "Why are you doing this?" she answers, "Because a little voice asked if we are okay. And I will make sure the answer is yes." That is purpose. You cannot compete with someone like that. You cannot stop someone like that. They do not need motivation. They have a mission. Purpose is not a slogan. It is not a vision board that you forget next week. Purpose is a decision that becomes a duty. That duty then becomes your default state. It is the reason you keep promises on impossible days. It is the line you will not cross. It is the standard you will not drop. Purpose is fuel. When your energy is low, purpose burns brighter. Purpose is a map. When you get lost, purpose points the way. Purpose is armor. When you are attacked, purpose covers your heart. If your why is vague, your life will be vague. Be happier. That is vague. Be rich. That is vague. Make them proud. Who? Why? By when? Vague. A vague purpose creates a vague effort. A vague effort creates vague results. You do not need a perfect plan. You need a sharp reason. State it clearly. Say it simply. Say it like this. I will change my life so my family is safe. My mind will be strong, and my work will matter. Then you must tie that sentence to today's actions. Not next year. Today. A purpose you cannot act on today is a story, not a strategy. How do you find your why? Close the door. Sit down with a blank page. No music and no phone. Write 3 short lines. Write the truth, not poetry. First, one pain I refuse to live with. Name it. Debt, a weak body, fear or shame. Second, the person I am doing this for. Name them. Even your future self counts. Third, the promise I will keep today. One action. Small, but real. That is it. Not 1,000 goals, not 100 tasks. One clear promise that proves your purpose is active today. What should you do when your feelings lie? And they will lie. Your feelings will say to skip it. Your feelings will say tomorrow. Your purpose must answer faster. When your mind starts to bargain, speak out loud. Be firm, simple and final. My why matters more than my mood. I move now. Then stand up. Do the smallest possible step. Open the document. Put on your shoes. Press record. Begin. Action comes before emotion. Purpose comes before comfort. Always. If your why does not shake you, it will not carry you. If it does not make you afraid of failing, it will not move you. Pick a why that makes quitting feel shameful. Pick a why that makes discipline feel sacred. Look at the nurse again. She did not chase a fantasy. She chased a promise. That is the secret. Purpose is a promise you refuse to break. Stop collecting inspirational quotes. Stop searching for the perfect why. Your life already shows you where it hurts. Start there. What keeps you awake at night? What repeats in your head in the shower? What memory stings when you are alone? That is your compass. That is your raw material. Forge it into a sentence. Then into a schedule. Then into results. People will call you obsessed, boring, or extreme. Smile. Keep working. Purpose is not a group project. It is a private contract. Let your results do the talking later. Let your calendar do the talking now. Say this: I am done negotiating with my weakness. I am done letting comfort run my day. I move for my reason, not for my mood. I will not break this promise. Say it in a calm voice. Then prove it with one action today. If your why is weak, life will defeat you. Not because you are not smart, not because you are not talented. It is because without purpose, resistance always wins, distraction wins, tiredness wins, busyness wins, and 10 years will disappear while you watch motivational videos. You will never change. If your why is strong, you will be dangerous. You will be calm when others panic. You will be steady when others brag and then vanish. You might look lucky, but it is not luck. It is clarity. Your very next breath decides the rest of your life. Will you live on accident or will you live on purpose? Write the 3 lines. Do the one action. Not tomorrow, now. The world is not moved by your plans. The world is moved by your reason, proven by your actions. And when life asks you why you are doing this, you will not give a speech. You will point to the work you did today, and your life will answer for you. Truth 4, the power of focus. Listen to me closely. Focus is not just about paying attention. Focus is war. Every single minute, something tries to steal your mind. It tries to steal your time and your energy. And most people just give it away. They treat it like it is worthless. If you cannot protect your focus, you cannot protect your future. People think that failure is from a lack of talent. No. Most failure comes from scattered attention. It comes from chasing 10 things halfway. You should chase one thing all the way. It comes from switching between distractions constantly. You never get deep enough to make real progress. You say you want to change, but just look at your life. Your phone makes a sound and you answer like a servant. You scroll for just 5 minutes and you lose an hour. You start a new habit, then you drop it for the next shiny thing. This is not ambition. This is self-sabotage that looks like busyness. Imagine a man is given a magnifying glass. He is told to burn a piece of paper with the sun. He holds the glass and moves it around. He lets the sunlight scatter everywhere. Nothing happens. Hours go by. There is no smoke and no flame. Then he tries a different method. He keeps the glass perfectly still. The sunlight stays in one single spot. One tiny point of intense heat. And after a short time, the paper starts to smoke. Then it bursts into flames. That is focus. It is not more sunlight, it is the same sunlight. It is just aimed without mercy at one point. The result then appears. Your life is exactly the same way. Scatter your energy and you will stay warm, but never catch fire. Aim it at one mission and you will burn through obstacles. Every time you break your focus, you reset the clock. Imagine it takes 30 minutes to get into deep work. If you check your phone at minute 25, you have destroyed that session. If you set a goal, but you keep adding side goals, you are not expanding your life. You are dividing it into weaker pieces. And the world will happily let you waste your life like that. The graveyard is full of talented people. People who had the talent to succeed. But they could not keep their eyes on the road. They swerved for every single distraction. They followed every new trend. They confused movement with progress. They died with their potential still locked inside. Focus protects your time from thieves. Focus protects your energy from leeches. Focus protects your mind from noise. When you are focused, you stop trying to please everyone. You stop explaining your every single move. You stop saying yes to things that do not matter to your mission. Focus means letting go of 99%. So you can give 100% to the 1% that matters. This will make you seem selfish to unfocused people. Good. Let them talk. Let them waste their hours, while you stack yours into something unshakable. How to build unbreakable focus. One mission at a time. Write it down. Everything else is just background noise. Use time blocks. Give your best hours to your most important work. Allow NO interruptions. Make NO excuses. Kill your triggers. Turn off all your notifications. Log out of junk applications. Move your phone far away. End the open tabs in your life, the ones on your computer and in your head. People will try to pull you back into chaos. Friends will say, it is just one night out. Family will say, do not take it so seriously. Your own mind will whisper, just check for a second. That 1 second will cost you everything if you let it. If you want to win, you must treat focus like oxygen. You do not give it away. Not for anyone and not for anything. Without focus, discipline will die. Without focus, consistency will break. Without focus, even your purpose fades away. Your attention gets stolen before it can grow strong. The average person never experiences their full power, because they have never aimed it in one direction long enough. They keep starting over. They wonder why life feels like running in circles. But the truth is very simple. Your results will never outrun your focus. Your one action today. Choose one thing. One skill, one habit, or one mission. Give it a ruthless, undivided month. No new hobbies, no side distractions, no just-for-fun experiments. Give it 30 days of single-point fire. Do this, and watch how much changes in a short time. Because scattered effort only builds frustration. Focused effort builds empires. And remember, if you do not control your focus, someone else will. They will use it to build their dream, while yours rots in the dark. So decide today. Will you burn or will you scatter? Your future depends on your answer. Truth 5. Trust the universe. Listen to me. Trust is not just sitting on the couch and hoping. Trust means doing the work with ruthless consistency. You must surrender the timing and the path. You surrender the noise you cannot control. Trust is discipline plus patience. If you refuse to trust, you will quit. You will quit 3 minutes before your breakthrough. And you will call that failure bad luck for the rest of your life. You want to see results now. I understand that. But life does not pay on your schedule. It pays based on proof. It pays people who keep moving. It pays when the metrics are quiet. It pays when the audience is silent. It pays when the gatekeepers ignore you. It pays when the path looks like a dead end. If you panic in the quiet, you lose. You lose the golden hours where progress is invisible but real. This is the moment where the old you disappears or returns. Decide. You can control your inputs. You control your practice, your standards, and your effort. Today, you do not control the exact day the door opens. You do not control which person finally says yes. You do not control which video goes viral. You do not control which email changes everything. If you try to control both, you will burn out. Own your inputs, release the outcome. Repeat that to yourself. That is trust. Here is the difference between wishful thinking and real trust. Wishful thinking says, I will wait for a sign. Trust says, I am the sign. I will work today and let results follow. Wishful thinking prays and then scrolls on a phone. Trust prays and then practices. Wishful thinking asks, why is it not happening yet? Trust asks, what can I improve right now? You will be tested. There will be delays. There will be dry seasons. There will be long periods where nothing seems to move. During those times, most people rewrite their dreams. They rewrite them to match their fear. Do not join them. When the world is quiet, improve your craft. Protect your focus. Keep your word to yourself. And let time do what time does. The universe is not your enemy. It is a mirror. It reflects your habits back to you with a delay. If you plant chaos, chaos will return. If you plant order, order will return. Not instantly and not loudly, but always. Imagine a young pilot flying into a storm. Outside the cockpit, there is darkness, rain, and wind. There is zero visibility. Inside the cockpit, there are instruments. Altitude, airspeed, attitude indicator. They are cold, honest, and unemotional. His body screams lies at him. It says he is level when he is banking. It says he is climbing when he is falling. Panic starts to rise. His hands want to follow his feelings. But he remembers his instructor's voice. In bad weather, trust your instruments. Feelings will kill you. So he glues his eyes to the panel. He breathes. He flies by the numbers, not by his nerves. Minutes feel like hours. He holds the course anyway. The storm starts to thin. The clouds split open. Runway lights appear like a line of miracles. He lands the plane. The wheels kiss the earth. His hands shake with relief. What saved him? It was not luck. It was trust. He obeyed the process when his senses lied. That is your life. The storm is doubt, delay, and rejection. The instruments are your routines, promises, and standards. Your feelings will lie to you in the storm. Trust your instruments. Keep your heading. You will see the lights. You say you want a new life. Then stop demanding instant proof. The universe does not negotiate with impatience. It shows its doors to people who keep walking. People who walk when the hallway is empty. Here is the threat. If you refuse to trust, you will ruin your progress. You will check it every night to see if it is growing, and you will kill it with your own hands. You will jump from plan to plan, from coach to coach, from strategy to strategy. You will call the wreckage trying everything. No. You were just unwilling to stay on one path long enough. Impatience is how potential dies, silently. Here is the promise. If you trust, you will become calm and dangerous, and you will seem strangely lucky. Opportunities will start to appear randomly. Your preparation will finally meet the right moment. People will call it fate. You will know it was discipline plus time. Make trust practical and simple. Keep appointments with yourself. Do it even when no one is watching. Ship your work when you said you would. Do it even if it is not perfect. Speak your lines out loud, even if your accent feels heavy. Train when your mood is low. Clean your space when your mind is noisy. Read your plan in the morning. Write down your proof in the evening. You are not chasing a mood, you are building evidence. When doubt starts talking, answer it immediately. I do the work. The timing is not my job. I hold my heading. The storm does not decide my destination. I trust my instruments. Feelings are guests. Standards are laws. Say it calmly. Then move. You are closer than you think. But you will not feel close. Most breakthroughs are quiet until the very last second, like the runway lights after a storm. Stay with it. Protect the routine. Guard the hours. Refuse the noise. Let the universe do the math while you do the reps. Trust is not soft. Trust is savage. Trust is choosing the hard thing today and not demanding a trophy tonight. Trust is building like a professional. While the amateur still waits for motivation, decide right now. Will you be the pilot who follows panic into the ground? Or the pilot who follows instruments through the storm? Your dream is on its final approach. Keep your eyes on the panel. Keep your hands steady. Hold your heading. The lights are closer than they look. Truth 6. Discipline equals freedom. Listen carefully. If you misunderstand this truth, you will waste decades. Most people think freedom means doing what you want. They think it means doing it whenever you feel like it. That is not freedom. That is a trap. Real freedom is different. It lets you live on your own terms. It lets you control your time and own your choices. It is only possible through discipline. Without discipline, you are a slave. Not a slave to a boss or society. You are a slave to your moods, a slave to your impulses, a slave to the easy choice. You wake up late because you do not feel like getting up. You eat junk food because you do not feel like cooking. You skip the work because you do not feel like it today. Without noticing, your life becomes a cage. A cage built from 1,000 I don't feel like it moments. Discipline means you run your day. Your day does not run you. Discipline means you act on commitment, not emotion. It means your standards are stronger than your excuses. Without it, you cannot keep promises to yourself. And if you cannot trust yourself, no one else will. The truth is, people respect results. Results only come from repeated, intentional action. You might say, but discipline feels hard. Yes, it does. But so does regret. And regret weighs much more. The pain of discipline lasts for minutes. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Think of a river. Water is soft and gentle. It flows in all directions if you let it. But if you build walls around it and guide it, that same water can turn massive turbines. It can power entire cities. That is what discipline does for your life. Without discipline, your energy is scattered and wasted. With discipline, you build channels. You guide the flow. You turn your energy into an unstoppable force. The water does not lose freedom. It gains power. And so will you. If you reject discipline, you are choosing chains. Chains of debt. Chains of unhealthy habits. Chains of low confidence. Chains of what if. You will become a prisoner in your own life. You will look at people who chose discipline years ago, and you will see the freedom you could have had. The world will not feel sorry for you, because life always collects a payment. If you do not pay with discipline now, you will pay with regret later. Money, discipline with spending gives you freedom. You can walk away from toxic jobs. Body, discipline with food gives you freedom. You can move, explore, and live without constant pain. Mind, discipline with learning gives you freedom. You can create, lead, and decide for yourself. Time, discipline with your schedule gives you freedom. You can do more of what matters. How to build unshakable discipline. Decide who you are before the day starts. If you wait until morning, your feelings will win. Decide the night before. Shrink the choice. Make the right action easy. Lay out your clothes. Prep your workspace. Remove friction before it happens. Use the 5-minute rule. When you feel resistance, commit to just 5 minutes. Once you start, momentum takes over. Tie it to freedom. Remind yourself every day, this is not a punishment. This is the ticket to my future. Freedom without discipline is fake. If you have no discipline, your wants will shrink, your options will shrink, your life will shrink. Discipline expands your options. It builds the skills, health, and power to use your freedom. If you let moods decide your actions, you will never trust yourself. A person who does not trust themselves will always live in fear. Fear of running out of money, fear of failing again, fear of starting, fear of losing. Discipline destroys fear because it builds proof. Proof that you can ACT, proof that you can finish, proof that you can depend on yourself. Before this day ends, do one thing you do not feel like doing. But you know you must do it. Clean the room, send the email, do the workout, practice the language, write the paragraph, do it for proof. Proof that you can choose discipline over impulse. Proof that you can be trusted. Proof that your freedom is worth the fight. Because here is the truth. The undisciplined will always serve the disciplined. If you refuse to rule yourself, someone else will. Choose discipline and you choose freedom. Truth 7. Habits change who you are. You can tell me your goals all day, but if your daily actions do not match them, they are lies. Lies you tell yourself to feel better. Habits are not small things. They are the invisible architects of your future. They are the silent builders of your identity. They are the bricks in the wall you are standing on. Imagine a canyon. It was not made overnight. It was not created by explosions. It was made by water dripping and flowing. Day after day, year after year. The water had no power in a single moment. It had power because it never stopped. It carved through rock without being loud. That is exactly how habits work. At first, the change is invisible. You look in the mirror and see no difference. You write one page and it feels like nothing. You train one day and your body looks the same. But keep the water moving. And one day, the rock gives way. One day you will look back and see a canyon. One day you will see yourself, and the old you is gone forever. The threat. If you allow bad habits to drip into your life. Junk food, late nights, mindless scrolling. You are carving a canyon that traps you. It will feel normal to be lazy. It will feel right to avoid hard things. Because you trained yourself that way. Your own habits will drag you back. The promise. If you choose powerful habits, reading daily, training daily, speaking daily, you will rewire your identity. It will feel normal to be disciplined. It will feel right to chase your goals. Because you trained yourself that way. Your move today. Do not wait for motivation. Pick one habit. Tie it to the same time every day. Keep it so small you cannot skip it. Make it so consistent it becomes part of your DNA. Because habits are not just things you do, they are how you become. Truth 8. Everything adds up. Stop chasing the big miracle. Stop thinking success comes from one huge moment. Success is math. It is the sum of what you repeat. Every choice adds to your life's equation, whether you want it to or not. Imagine a compass on a ship is off by 1 degree. The ship sails calmly for hours. Nobody notices. The difference is invisible. But keep going. That 1 degree takes you miles away from your destination. By the time you see land, you are at the wrong coast. 1 degree felt like nothing. It was everything. The threat, that just one more cheat meal, that just one more skipped workout, that just 5 minutes of scrolling. They all add up, not today and not tomorrow, but over months and years. They will deliver you to a place you never wanted to be. Your life will not collapse in one explosion. It will sink 1 drop at a time. While you tell yourself this little bit does not matter. The promise: every small good choice counts too. 1 healthy meal, 1 page read, 1 speaking practice, 1 sale, 1 focused hour. Stack them, repeat them, and protect them. And they will quietly change your entire destination. Your move today. Ask yourself this question. If I did this one thing every day for the next year, where would it take me? If the answer excites you, start now. If the answer scares you, stop now. Because nothing is neutral. Every choice is moving you closer or farther. Everything counts. Everything compounds. Everything adds up. Truth 9. The only limit is yourself. Your biggest enemy is not the government. It is not your boss. It is not your family. It is not your past. It is the invisible line in your own mind. The line that says, I can't go further than this. Understand this. The world can only hold you where you agree to be held. Your ceiling is not built of concrete. It is built of belief. And every day you accept that belief, you reinforce the bars of your own prison. Imagine a race car built for speed. The engine roars. The track is clear. The tires grip the road. But inside the machine, there is a small device. It is called a governor. The governor limits the top speed, even if the driver pushes the pedal to the floor. The engine will not go beyond a preset number. The road is not the problem. The car's power is not the problem. The problem is the limit inside. That is you. Not life and not luck. You. Every time you make progress, that inner governor whispers, slow down. You are not the kind of person who does this. This is too much for you. And you listen. You let off the gas. You return to the safe speed of the OLDU. Here is another image. Think of a thermostat in a room. Set it to 20 degrees Celsius. When the room heats up to 21 degrees, the thermostat cools it back down. That is how your self-image works if you set it low. The moment you start improving, it cools you back down. You call it self-sabotage. It is not sabotage. It is your settings, the threat. If you do not change those settings, you will keep living in the same small circle. You will reject big opportunities. You will ruin your own progress to feel normal again. You will spend your life watching others live your potential. The promise. When you raise your internal limit, your life will rise to match it. Not instantly, but relentlessly. Because the world eventually reflects what you accept about yourself. Say this out loud. I am the only one who can lift my ceiling. I am the only one who can keep it low. And then prove it today. Do one action that the limited version of you would never take. Because the road is ready. Your engine is ready. The only thing holding you back is you. Truth 10, the final decision. Change is not a slow fade. It is a sharp break. A clean click. One moment you are thinking about it, the next moment you have decided. There is no going back. Understand this. Most people never change because they never truly decide. They say things like, I will try, I will start soon, I will give it a shot. Those are not decisions, they are excuses in nice clothing. Picture a massive train rushing down the tracks. It is heading toward a split. There is a lever. One pull sends the train to a new track, a completely different destination. But if the lever is left in the middle, the train derails. That is what half decisions do to your life. When you say, I will try, you leave the lever halfway. When you say, maybe, you leave it halfway. And every dream you had comes off the rails. Imagine a dam that holds back years of water, pressure, force, and energy. If you open the gate halfway, the water trickles out. But if you open it fully, it carves a new river. That dam is your will. Your gate is your commitment. Half open gets you nothing but frustration. Full open rewrites the map of your life. Indecision is still a decision. It is the decision to stay the same. Every day you delay is a day you drift. Drifting does not feel like a disaster, but it kills more dreams than failure ever will. Once you truly decide, your mind stops wasting energy. It stops asking, should I? That energy returns as momentum, and momentum can carry you through any storm. How to make the final decision? Remove the escape routes. Delete, cancel, block, throw away. Replace if with when. Replace I'll try with I will. Replace later with now. Act before you feel ready. Say this out loud. This is no longer up for debate. I have chosen. Then take one action today that proves the decision is real. Not tomorrow, not after you prepare. Now. Because new lives do not start with noise. They start with the silent sound of a switch clicking into place. And a train that will never run on the old track again. If this video shook you, do not just leave inspired, leave different. Do one thing today that proves you are serious about change. And if you are ready for more videos like this, videos that push your life forward and improve your English, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Your next breakthrough could be one video away.